everyone. Zeddy's here with a brand new card review for the recently, we're now announced Delve into Deepholm mini set, and I'm a little bit speechless because Bran is freaking broken. I'm like, there's only one thing holding it back, and this card is absolutely ridiculous. We have the whole elemental legendary to go over, some other cards, Excavate Rewards. We got new Excavate Rewards. We're going to review all these in this video, and we're giving away these cards on our giveaway video, the description down below. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video in the description below. Be subscribed to the channel, and we are 500 subscribers away from unlocking a fourth mini set to give away. So hit that sub button, make me go broke. So yes, Delve into Deepholm will launch January 18th. The usual deal, 2,000 gold, $15 USD, probably like 1,500 runestones, whatever. You can get the golden one for 10,000 gold or $70. Don't do that unless you're me. Anyways, let's take a look at the cards. They are utterly ridiculous. At least Bran's ridiculous. Bran is ridiculous. First, we have here, we'll zoom in a little bit. Thurzin, the elemental neutral legendary. It is a 7 mana, 7/5 taunt. So not great stats. It's, you know, whatever. However, it comes with a death rattle, not battle cry. A death rattle, double the stats of all elementals in your hand and deck. So you can get a really, really thick walking mountain, right? Like it'll be what, a 832? Isn't it like a 416? But like an 832 Mega Wind Fury Lifesteal minion. You can make your Ragnaros 1616 that still only does 8, but yeah, very slow card that can buff up a bunch of stuff, but you hit like rush minions or just giant stuff. Like I mentioned, rush, taunt, whatever can be really solid. It's just very slow. In Mage, you could like kind of try and tutor this out. Maybe run this as, well, you can't run it as your only elemental really because you need to buff elementals, but the legendary that splits the cards, right? You could split Therazane and then have 2 of them and double up even more. So there's some pretty cool like combo synergies, high roll synergies, but to me, feels very slow, very win more, but at least it's like, you know, it hits your hand and your deck, so you don't feel bad about drawing elementals and then playing this. But there hasn't really been a very legitimate elemental deck in the meta yet, and a very slow card. Don't know if I'll put that there over the top, but there's probably more elemental support coming if Therezine's a part of this. So I'm gonna give it a tentative 2 out of 5 in Standard and Wild for the fact that it's just really slow and, you know, gets silenced, transformed, renode. It's gonna feel really bad, right? So, but there are synergies. Of course, you don't know, proc the death rattle extra times in certain classes. Maybe you just play Druid where you have like the death rattle location, or Warlock procking death rattles. There's a possibility, but it does feel very slow. But maybe Mana Cheat will find a way like it likes to do. All right, let's look at Bran, the card I've been losing my mind over. Bran is a warrior legendary, so this can only be played in warrior, thank goodness, unless you discover it or steal it or whatever. A 6 mana 2/4. How is that broken, Zeddy? That's terrible. Well, you gotta read the text on the card. If your deck has no duplicates, so this is a Highlander card that can be countered by Scourges, Bombs, whatever, your battle cries trigger twice for the rest of the game, period. For the rest of the game, your Astalor will shoot for 28. You'll get more Astalors in your hand. A Tidal Revenant will deal what? 10 damage and give you 16 armor. School teachers give you 2 Nogglings, and then those Nogglings can double up. Like this is, we've seen this effect kind of before in Quest Shaman from Old Doom. You would have to hero power, but you would hero power, and then your battle cries would double up. And that was nuts. And fast forward to now, the only downside to this card is it's 6 mana, right? You have to play a 6 mana 2/4 and not die, but you're playing warrior, you're gaining armor, you're removing stuff. You could from the depths this perhaps, like there's plenty of ways to survive and play this, and once you play it, you basically win the game. They did recently patch Odin, so his effect doesn't stack, probably because of this card. So if you play Odin, you don't double up your damage from the armor. That won't work, but every battle cry card is just insanely so much better, and you just have to get this out there. So it does. So again, the weaknesses of this card, it can be Ratted, Theotard, Skirt, the whole like Plagues, right? Plagues from Deathlight can shut it off as a Highlander card. It's a 6 mana 2/4, but I'm still giving it a 5. It's an utterly broken style of card. It could very well get nerfed, but they did make it 6. They made it pretty expensive, but in Wild, it's also even cost, and maybe you want to play this in Even Warrior, and there's a lot of good battle cries you could play there too. So in Wild, I'll give it a 4, where it might be a little bit slower, but it could fit into Even Warrior, or a lot of people are just playing Odin Warrior, just period, without all that. But then you do have to go Highlander, but you could play Reno as well, 8 mana Reno. You could play Zephyrus. You could play 6 mana Reno. Like, you could definitely go Highlander, Even Warrior, and give this a realistic shot. So look out, this card just seems utterly broken to me. 5 stars in Standard, 4 in Wild, and there is a Diamond version if you do buy that golden mini set. So I guess it might be the tradition of a Diamond Legendary in a mini set that ends up getting nerfed, but who knows? Maybe it is too slow. And they've added more Excavation Rewards. These are not collectible cards. They say, as the adventurers dug deeper, they discovered even more excavated treasures, one added to each of the common, rare, and epic tiers. So you get Heart Blossom, which is a 1 mana spell. Give a friendly minion +2/+2. It deals 2 damage to a random enemy minion. There's also Deepholm Geode, 2 mana 1/2 elemental. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to all enemies. So it's like a consecration attached to 1/2. That's really good. That's nice defensive AoE. That's one of the best rare options yet. And Word Pillar Fragment, a 3 mana epic spell. Discover an elemental to summon. So you just get to pick any of them. You're not restricted by mana, so this could be like Ragnaros. That seems nuts. That could be Neptulon. You can discover Colossals. So that's pretty nuts. Yeah, that seems absolutely kind of broken. Add the others to your hand. So whichever ones you don't pick, you get as value. These are like ridiculously way stronger than prior treasures. One of the things I liked is, for the most part, they weren't super value centric outside of discovering like the 2, the 3, and the 5. Now we're going full mana cheat random. That one's probably going to piss me off, but it says that's not all. 2 new classes will be delving into the Excavate keyword with their own legendary Excavate treasures. So we haven't seen those yet. They're not in this article, but there will be 2 more legendary Excavate treasures for other classes that already have it. So probably not Warrior. Well, Warrior already has one, but maybe Warrior shares with Demon Hunter. Maybe they'll get one. So yeah, Excavate's getting a lot more stuff to do. And then we have Unlikely Allies and dual class cards. Really? They've already worked at Festival Legends, but we have 2 dual class cards here. I believe they're both Warrior and Demon Hunter. So we got a new location for Warrior and Demon Hunter. 4 mana, 2 charges, Crimson Expanse. Choose a damaged minion. You summon a copy of it that goes dormant for a turn. So I don't know. We already have a 3 mana minion that just copies, a minion straight up that got nerfed that was 2 mana. And now we get one for a location for 4, and you have to take the punishment of getting it dormant. Maybe you want to play Sharpshooter, damage it, and then make that go dormant, then OTK your opponent. This is definite combo potential. I don't see it really working in a Rage Warrior deck because it's not good tempo, like, at all. The dormant really hurts it. You could also copy your opponent's minion. It's any minion, right? And then you get a dormant copy of their minion. Almost every location in Hearthstone has seen play. There are some that haven't. I don't want to underrate this because locations have historically just been really, really strong. It could probably see play more likely in Warrior, damaging your own stuff, but maybe Demon Hunter finds a way. I'll give it a 3 in Standard, a 2 in Wild. I don't see this slow thing working in Wild, but it's got a possibility. I'm not going to sell any location super short. And we have the Burning Heart, a 1 mana fire spell. Deal 2 damage to a minion, so it cannot go face. If it survives, give your hero +3 attack this turn. So it could be a decent little buff for your Ranger guys, some face damage. Demon Hunter likes to go face. Could be a cheap spell for Naga Demon Hunter. You could easily hit one of your cheap Nagas and damage it. A lot of them have 3 health. So I could see this being a Naga DH card for extra burn. It's cycle. absolutely see this in Naga DH. And in Rage Warrior, I don't know, it could, but I'll give it a 3 in standard just for Demon Hunter. I do think it can work there, and it's like a pseudo removal. Like there's a 3 health minion, you could like ping that, hit something else, right? Like there's a lot of flexibility with it. I think it's a solid little card, nothing crazy, but we'll see play probably. So 3 out of 5 in Standard Wild. So that's all the cards for now. There's some in like 15 minutes and then half hour after that, half hour after that. I think I'll do one more review later today, but there's no way I could sit on Deep Miner Bran. That card is absolutely ridiculous. Let me know what you think about the cards in the comments down below, and stay tuned. We'll be back with another card review later today. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.